faces to them at this point. American Sign Language. Thank you guys more. Faces to them at this point. American Sign Language. I can't do faces to them at this point. American Sign Language. I can't do. I think it's pretty cool though. I don't know where it's called.
Oh no!
Mark got muted.
Moot court.
We can't hear you.
You're muted.
There he's back. He's back.
I'm scared.
We can't hear you.
You're muted.
Okay, I figured it out. I figured it all out. Nobody leave. I figured it out. I had the sound. The sound wasn't on the streams, and I had both streams open. And then the sound got kicked on, and then it was double. And I was getting into the rhythm of it, and then I got put into a trance, and I was having a good time. Jay's weed was hitting me pretty strong just from the contact. There we go. Double fun. Oh, they got the double sound too. Oh, boy. Hey, everybody on Twitch. Once again, welcome for joining us. I was trying to do a soundscape for you guys using my voice. So thank you for tolerating that for a few minutes. No, it's just one of the first of about 7 technical difficulties we will have tonight. Actually, that's probably already the second one we've had tonight, but thanks for joining us. We have a wonderful night. The host of the Friday show on Comedy Hub, Michael Majid, is here tonight. Desiree is returning as well, and she's doing a long set because I believe in her, and you will too after tonight. She believes in herself too. There's not like a lack of confidence on her part either. She believes in herself. And Pratik Srivastava, who I just saw last night and last week on Chirping Bird, wanted to stop in tonight. He wanted to talk to you about some things. He wanted to do some things. I did not have mushrooms for lunch. I actually had pizza. I had carbs today, and I had carbs the last 2 days. I had pizza and Mexican food the last 2 days. So I'm on my bullshit. Brandon is shaking his head no. Brandon is shaking. Brandon's like, no, Mark's going to get fat again. That's what he's saying. No.
And then our RFK Jr. says Big Mac, a quarter pounder, and some McNuggets.
Or what?
Is what you should be consuming now.
I'm not going to eat any of those things. That's absolutely disgusting.
It's HHS. He has authority.
You know what? This is what's going to happen. They ran on the slogan, make America healthy again. And then they're going to force feed us McDonald's. It's going to be like the most ironic double speak Orwellian thing. You will have to open your mouth and just get nuggets shoved down your throat. So it's going to be, this is happy next 4 years. There ain't going to be any prize with these Happy Meals. That's all you're going to be is choking on some chicken paste that they reconstituted. The Canadians are like, yeah, we do that here. That's we make chicken nuggets. We don't really, nothing is recognizable into the original form. I don't know what is in the McRib. Eric Sizemore is here. Eric Sizemore, how you doing, my friend?
I'm great. How you doing, man?
He's good. That's good to hear you. I'm looking for you on video, but you're not on video. I want to see how many times it is in the background of your room, because he has 5 clocks all a different time. Not even seeing minute hand. That's where it gets confusing. There's only one 30-minute time zone in the world that does exist. I found that out playing trivia at work, in which I lost. Pink slot. No, I did. I broke my diet this weekend. I took a cheat weekend that started on Thursday and ended at lunch today. It was a 4-day cheat weekend for me because I had a goal. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get what I would call Chicago skinny, and Chicago skinny is where I'm at. And Chicago skinny is when your family is concerned that you lost too much weight, but your doctor says you should keep losing about 15 more pounds. Like your cholesterol's out of whack, but you look good when your family sees you. There you go. Apparently, way different than European skinny, which is when your family kidnaps you to feed you. and you probably could blend in Europe for the first time ever. That's basically what we're talking about. Make America European again, I think, is actually the slogan for MAGA at this point. But the fascism and the food choices. Iceland is on the half hour. Parts of India too. Thank you for sharing that question, Mark.
Nice.
Some good facts. These are some good facts that nobody knows what to do with. Let's just be honest. These are facts that get thrown at us, and then you read it. Also, a reminder to our performers: Jinda is here. He's back. Thank God. Thank God Jinda's back. But he types penis in the chat. It's not a heckle. It's not a heckle. It is a nice thing. It's not necessarily helpful either, but it is not a heckle. It is a sign of love and appreciation. So thank you, Jinda, for bringing that back. Jinda penis. There you go. Oh no, that was Eric. Eric, I thought that was blended in. There's an imposter.
Who's there in there?
Oh my Lord. Yeah. They did before we went live on Twitch. Lorna said, "Don't say it, Mark. Don't say it." And I said, "No, I do. I truly miss Jinda's penises." There we go. I said it again, so now it's recorded. So if you want to do a mashup and layer that into a song for TikTok, finally get popular in China is the whole point of the show. I don't think anyone realizes it. I read a story. There was a guy who got famous for making. He was a British guy, and his wife was Chinese, and he would make a dry, boring ham and cheese sandwich every day. And his wife thought it was so curious that she would make videos of him and post it to Chinese social media. And he went like viral as hell because people were just like, this man has like no joy in his life. How is this man live stoically? And he passed away, and all these mourners came out and said all these nice things about him. So I want to be memorialized by Chinese TikTok. That's what I'm trying to tell you. However, at work, if and when I do pass away, send them all the recordings from this show and we'll be fine. What else is going on? The election happened, and that's going on. That's good. A lot of people are freaked out about what's going on with Elon Musk now and Donald Trump being best friends and sitting next to each other and sharing funny cartoon drawings. I assume Elon Musk has some like shitty AI generated memes, and then Donald Trump just has like torn out pages from the back of a Hustler from the 70s that he's showing. He just carries a whole magazine with him and turns to page 75 and goes, "Here's a good one." And Elon Musk is like, "Okay, that's nice, old man." But I think it's okay. There's no way, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, there's no way that they're going to be getting along until January. There's no fucking way. By January, Twitter will be fully turned against Trump at this point. And some people are like, no, they have the same ideology. I'm like, no, they don't. Number one, here's why. Take the most insufferable person that you know. Think of them in your mind, the most insufferable person you know, and then take the second most insufferable person that you know. And are they friends? They might be married. They might be your parents, but are they friends? No, they are not. They cannot operate. That is how it goes. That's how it's. All right, I'm going to get this started with our first comedian of the night. Super happy to have him back on Chirping Bird. And he's a big friend of the Comedy Hub, but here he is tonight. Yeah. Not on his show, on our show, on your show. And thank you all for coming out and welcoming Michael Magic!
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Guys, one more time for the one and only Mark Anthony and Chirping Bird Comedy. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out and supporting online comedy. Eric is doing the traditional Zoom comedy round of applause, which is as minimal effort as possible with the hands to be giving a clap. Mark, I love a lot of the stuff you were saying right there. It was just like literally making me think about the fact that like, it honestly sounds like with these like appointments for these different positions in the government, like, do you remember like at recess when you were in like first grade, when just whatever the kids were that were in the area, like those were the ones you were picking for certain jobs in these make believe like environments, like, you know, like you were setting up like the 7-Eleven store at recess, and you're like you're going to be running the convenience store, and you're going to be taking out the trash, and you're going to be like, and it's like, and the only reason these people were qualified is just because they happened to be in the first period recess. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. There might have been some great people in second period recess, third period recess. We don't know because those people don't exist in our world. We live in first period recess, guys. That is the world we live in right now. Oh man, I tell you what, it's been fun. I just came from doing some little soccer lessons with some children. Now, Eric Sizemore is now putting a thing in the chat that I never wanted to ever think of, and that's Elon Musk and first period recess at the same time. That is extremely concerning. How many do you think when Elon was a young child in South Africa, do you think he was always picked to play the robot? Do you believe that was how it worked out? They're like, yeah, like we're playing 2001: A Space Odyssey. The weird kid, he's gonna play Hal. Just sit there, and just say something cryptic every few minutes. He's like, oh, I do that anyway. Okay, let's see how that works. That's good. It's good. We're improving, guys. We're improving. As I mentioned on Friday's KO comedy show. If you guys have never been to the Friday KO shows, they're a lot of fun. When it comes to Zoom comedy, you're not allowed to write more than 3 words on a piece of paper, and you got to fill 15 minutes with that. That's how That's how Zoom comedy works. If you're writing full bits out, you're cheating. Right, Mark Anthony? Desiree knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's why she's here tonight. She's like, I'm gonna see if these 3 words are worth 30 minutes. We're gonna see what happens with all that. I did just come from training some children. As my screen just went to a Chirping Bird.
This is my set list for tonight. So
that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I absolutely love that. My favorite thing about that is that is literally also the set list for most Donald Trump meetings. It's just improvised in the moment. Doesn't he strike you as like the kid who like didn't do the assignment and he's just like winging it? He's like, oh, that guy has a good build. Make him the Department of Health. That works, right? That works, but oh my God. I just saw an athlete I respect doing the Donald Trump dance to celebrate scoring a goal, and now I'm a little bit disappointed in not only him but myself because what do I do now? Not support? Do I not support the U.S. men's national soccer team anymore? Is that how that works?
We're the
Mark's
bad
like,
guys.
no. He's like, no, you're a Jamaica soccer team fan now. That's how that. You're a reggae boy, which is as problematic as it can get too. That actually literally happened. There was like a comedian. He's like, I just can't support anything about the United States anymore. He's like, I'm going to be a fan of Costa Rica. I'm like, because that's going to look great. Just straight white male, just doing like Viva los Ticos. That just doesn't cross wrong in any way whatsoever. I did just come from coaching a soccer. It's interesting, man, because the thing is that I have a soccer podcast and people always go, they're like, how did you end up with a really successful popular soccer podcast? I'm like, well, see, what happened is that there was a worldwide pandemic. And I was able to get in touch with a World Cup winner and a professional soccer coach on a Major League Soccer team. And I was willing to spend $10,000 on equipment. So that's how that worked out. They said, we're absolutely down to do this. You buy the equipment. And I'm like, I'm down to do that.
Nice.
I think that's how Elon Musk actually got a department position in the Trump government. He's like, I'd love to be involved in this government. He's like, absolutely, you fit the bill. That's Trumponomics, guys. It's just Elon paying for it. Mark, I think you're onto something. I think by January, I think they will be. You know how like the thing is like when you talk to like a child, like it's like, well, wait a second, why isn't Stephanie over? Oh, we're not friends anymore. It's like, well, what happened? It's gonna be like one of those situations, except for it's gonna be 300 million people's lives on the line.
Oh.
Oh, that's depressing.
That's But in a
But
funny.
we're supposed to have fun here, guys. We're having fun. I'm glad I'm recording all of this with my Fathom note taker, which may or may not be just the government listening to us now. That's how that works out. So I actually got recruited in college to be a college soccer player, and I don't know if anybody here was ever recruited to play sports, but the way the process works is you get letters in the mail. At least I got letters in the mail because I'm 170,000 years old. I'm sure now they get text messages. Back then we got letters in the mail. By the way, the only people that send me letters in the mail now is like the Department of Water and Power and like Honda Financial Services, even though I keep asking these places to go paperless, and they go, we don't know what that means. Our system was set up in 1974. That's how car financing still works today. It's amazing. Anyway, I got a letter my freshman year. I got my first letter from a college, and it was a school called Cal State Fullerton. I was like, I guess that's pretty decent. And then by my junior year, I'd been working pretty hard. I got a letter from a school called UC Irvine, which is a little bit better soccer program. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I've got a future in this. Let me just work really hard to get ready for my senior year. And I was blown away one day, my senior year, as I went to my mailbox, and there was a letter in there from my dream school. It's called UCLA.
Wow.
Now, at the time, it was one of the best soccer programs in the country. And that's why I was shocked when I opened it up, Mark, because it was a handwritten letter from the coach.
Wow.
And it said, Michael. Yeah, it said, Michael, please stop contacting us.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, see, I mean, look, exactly. Because, I mean, look, I never told you guys that I wasn't contacting them first. You get letters from any college if you write to them first, guys. They have to. they have to respond to the cease and desist has to be sent. It has to. How that works. But here's the craziest thing about that. Like, I still have that letter, because in my mind, it's still a letter from UCLA. It's like the greatest accomplishment I'll probably ever make. So like, it's like if I ever have kids one day, like, and if like they're ever like making fun of me and being like, I don't think you really were that good at soccer. It's like, you don't think I was that good? Like, check out this letter here from UCLA. And then they'll be like, what does it say? I'm like, never mind what it says. In fact, my children will be illiterate, guys, much like this country in 4 years. I will be illiterate. They will be illiterate. Sponsored by whatever crypto brand we're told to mine. I don't even know how crypto mining works. It sounds very blue collar, though. So, I'm sure that's why all the MAGA people voted for it. Mining. They like think there's like people out there with like shovels mining lithium. I don't know how it works. I don't know how anything works. So I once told a person from overseas that I played professional soccer, and by the way, guys, when I say I played professional soccer, I mean I played minor league soccer. So I played lower division soccer in the United States. So what I did was I played a lower tier of soccer in a country that can't play soccer. So, and this is not impressive when you talk to people from overseas. So anyway, the guy asked me, he says, "Oh, you were a professional. What position did you play?" I said, "I played goalkeeper." And he looked at me because he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think there's a language translation issue here." Because what goalkeeper means in my language is the tall man who keeps the ball out of the net. And I said, yeah, that's what it means in English too. And he looks at me and he literally does this, like with this. He's like, no, you don't know what goalkeeper means. Because I'm somewhere between like 5'7" and 5'10", depending on how insecure I am that day. My soccer bio said I was 5'10", 180. It's like a drastic drastic exaggeration. I remember when I went up to my first college soccer recruiting meeting, like a in-campus visit, and I show up and like the coach of the team like gets up and he's like this like 6'4" Scottish man, and he just like looks down at me. He's like, "Yeah, you were lying. Please." Please leave. Please leave. I mean, like you could literally, he didn't say that, but that you could sense that that's what he was feeling in his bones. But I did play minor league professional soccer. And when I was in my 20s, I was very insecure. And I'm still very insecure, which is why I take Zoloft.
Yay.
I'm actually lying. I'm actually off Zoloft now. I stopped taking Zoloft last week. Because it was stemming my creativity. At least that's what I'm telling myself.
Hello, guys.
Stop taking the Zoloft. That's why. Anyway,
Yeah, sure.
I was insecure, and somebody's talking to somebody who was just did the Postmates or something like that. I don't know what's going on. It just sounded like, yeah, sure, just leave that bag over at the front. By the way, do you realize that we all just trust that these are not serial killers coming to our door? We let just perfect strangers just leave stuff outside our door. They like knock on the door like, yeah, you can just leave it there. It's fine. It's like, okay, I'm going to leave this bomb or dynamite. I've always seen a lot of Looney Tunes cartoons. So I just assume that's how the world works. Anyway, I was insecure and I would use it to try to meet women. So I remember I was trying to talk to this woman, you know, like 15 years ago out here in Los Angeles area when I was playing on this team, and she was kind of rude to me. She's like, I'm sorry, what do you do? And I was like, yeah, exactly. I was like, I want to put this vapid, shallow individual in their place. I said, oh, well, what do I do? I'm a professional soccer player. And she lost her mind. She was like, what? Really? Oh my God. Hey, Megan, come over here. You see this guy right here? He plays professional soccer with David Beckham. For the LA Galaxy. Yeah. Because that's when I have to look at them and I have to be like, no, I play for the San Fernando Quakes. We play our home games at the local high school. The games are Thursdays at 6:00. They're right before the JV football team takes the field. And the reason is because the high school owns the field permit. They get preferential treatment. But if you ever want to get dinner with me, check this out. I get paid with a meal voucher. Right. So I can afford any sandwich for you at Subway. And I was actually lying to her because it was only good at participating Subways. Just the local Granada Hills location, basically. Like, basically. We had a mascot. Which was pretty cool. And you're probably wondering, you're like, wow, that sounds pretty big budget. Well, the mascot was an old Teletubby outfit. That was bought at a thrift store. Actually lying, it wasn't bought at a thrift store. It's because the owner of the team also worked for Characters Kids Love and did birthday parties on the side. So he had that outfit. And you're probably wondering like who was in the Teletubby outfit. Well, that was depending on the game, because anybody who wasn't on the bench dressed for that game that week. So if you did not make the game day roster, chances are you will be the Teletubby for the day. That's how that worked out. Mark, how long have I been going? I don't even know.
You got 5 minutes if you want.
Oh, I got 5 minutes. Okay, cool. I got 5 minutes. Cool. So let's talk about this. So I had a situation years ago where so I don't know if you guys know this, but there's this thing called private training. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this private sports training, and what it is when a former college athlete has the rent due at the beginning of the month. They do private soccer training. So I show up at this field waiting for this kid, and they're like 15 minutes late, right? They're like 15 minutes late. So I'm wondering what the heck is going on. I'm supposed to train this little 13-year-old girl at the field. And all of a sudden, like, this man approaches me, like this older middle-aged man approaches me, and he kind of looks like Giancarlo Esposito during like, yeah. So like during like Breaking Bad days, and he looks at me and he's like, "Are you Michael?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I don't know if you know much about 13-year-old girls." And I'm like, "No, I'm not the future attorney general, so I don't."
Oh.
No.
Oh.
That's a timely reference. See how I do that? See how I can throw that in right there? And he goes, "But mine's in the car right now, and she won't get out. And I don't like to waste money. So I'm here. Train me." And this guy's a little intimidating. So I'm like, okay. Do you play soccer? And he goes, "No, not at all." He's like, "But I have been really tight lately. So I figured what you could do is stretch me out. I'm sure you're trained in that sort of thing, right?" No. No idea what I'm doing whatsoever. But I really need the money. So I'm like, "Of course, absolutely." I'm like,
Like you do.
I'm like AAA certified. And and he believed whatever that was. Because that's not a thing. So when he goes, "Okay, great." And so what he does is he gets on all fours in front of me, like all fours, and he goes, "All right, do what you have to do." And I don't know what I'm doing, but all I can think to do is like, all I know is how to do is like a hip flexor stretch. So I get like right behind him, and I start just like gyrating back and forth, like just trying to like pull his hip flexors just back and forth. And he just starts like kind of going like, "Oh yeah. Oh, that feels, oh, that is tight. That is, oh, wow." And then all of a sudden I just overhear, "Dad." And I turn around, and there's the most terrified 13-year-old girl I've ever seen in my life. Because she doesn't know what's going on.
No.
Right? Yeah, she just thought that she just caught her dad on a grinder date. Like that's like just his secret life that he was keeping away from the family. And so I jump up, but I'm a younger guy, so I'm a little homophobic at the time, and I'm concerned. So I'm just like, "It's not what it looks like. I was just giving your dad a release."
Oh.
Terrible choice of words. Terrible choice of words. So I go, "But now that you're here, we can just get at it."
Oh.
And she misunderstood what that meant. So she went, "Oh, okay." So she got on the ground on all fours. So now I've got a 13-year-old girl on the ground on all fours in front of me. And I just overheard, "Sir, what are you doing here?" And I turn around, and there's a security guard at the field. And he's looking right at me, and he go, "This is a big misunderstanding. I was doing her father too."
Oh.
Yeah. And that's the last time I was allowed at the Van Nuys Sherman Oaks Park, guys. Hey guys, thanks a lot for paying attention. You can follow me at Michael Magid, MICHAELMAGID, or michaelmagidcomedy.com. Make sure you're checking out KO Comedy on Fridays, 7 p.m. Pacific or 10 p.m. Eastern. One more time for Mark Anthony, everybody.
Yay! One more time for Michael Magid. Yeah! I mean, we all know what the dad was doing there. He was going, you're not gonna waste my money one more time. I'm gonna get out there and embarrass you so fucking much.
Oh God.
And let this man do whatever he wants to me in the middle of this field, so you never did your fucking practice again. It worked. It worked. She got that was it. Oh no, that I do like that. I do like. I do feel like during your set, it was just like it was a roller coaster of aw, aw. There were so many awes and laughs thrown in that. I like that.
Much like the next 4 years of our lives.
Hopefully we get the hee-hees out of it. Hopefully we get the hee-hees out of it. Yeah, I don't know who was getting something delivered during that. Yeah, it is weird. I never really considered that the delivery people are murderers until COVID happened, and I just got everything delivered, including booze and cigarettes from a place called GoPuff.
Yeah.
And they like that's the only time where people would pull up and I would be like, I'm going to wait outside because I don't want my door open. You know what I mean? Like they can murder me, but they can't murder my family and household and rob the house. You know, I'm going to wait outside and not open. I'm not like vampires, you know, they'll just stick a foot in there and, you know, like I come in, it's snowing or something. I'm not doing that. That was the only time where people would come and drop something off and I would just be like, how on earth is that car running? How did you get here in that car? The cars were so frighteningly poorly kept. It was amazing. So I tipped them more than anyone else. I tipped the cigarette murderers in the theaters. I paid the toll. It was a hard time to get the vice delivery. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Our next community. Super happy to have her back on the show. Please welcome Desiree Walsh.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I think most of you know this. I am Canadian. There's really no joke there at this point. It's more of a humble brag. But I am America. I really am so bad. I'm so sorry about what happened to you. I don't even fully understand it because it really like it seems like a bit of a fantasy novel or like something like every day, just something I never thought I'd ever hear someone say is happening in the US. Yeah. I think most of you know this too. I am also disabled. I use a wheelchair, you just can't see it because of Zoom. If you didn't know that, surprise. Anyways, back to the US. I feel very sorry for you guys. I too miss when US politics was funny ha and not funny at oh. Remember 1993 when Bill Clinton was in? Do you remember that? Like, remember Bill Clinton? Remember? And remember when Saturday Night Live wasn't a dramatic retelling of the news? Like, like funny sketches? Like, remember Will Ferrell in a dress as Janet Reno? Remember that? I'm sure that's very problematic by today's standards, but if you were a Canadian 10-year-old, you thought that was hilarious. Like, absolutely hilarious. And I miss those days for you. Not so much the dress thing, but I really do miss when your politics was funny, and not funny at oh, because you're a really great country, America. I know no one's told you that in a while. Great country, America. I love you. Like, you guys have the Americans with Disabilities Act. I'm gonna miss that when it's gone. It's probably so I am really gonna miss that. We don't have an Americans with Disabilities Act in Canada. We don't. One, because we're not American, and two, because I don't know why we don't have federal disability laws in Canada. I really don't. We have some provincial laws, but they're very Canadian in that they're more of suggestions, like more of a light suggestion, if you will. If you would like to make your establishment accessible to the disabled, we have some literature and building codes, but if it's too hard, don't worry. We've called all of the disabled people and they're going to stay home. So going to your country was a welcome treat for me because I get to be a person there. So that's fun. I will miss that. I know it's odd because you guys aren't really known for giving the rights to minorities. You're known for taking them away and gun violence. I think that's weird, but I do really like the overwhelming accessibility in your country, although I'm told it is only in the state of California. I don't know if that's true, but someone told me that. But I do like it. I did get to go to California this summer, and I actually got to go to Disneyland. And Disneyland is really cool because they've actually done a lot of work on the park to make it outwardly very wheelchair accessible in general. So like they have some wheelchair accessible rides, which is really nice. Because typically if somebody invites you to take a wheelchair on a carnival ride, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. So that was really nice. Yeah, but now because they've done all this work to make it outwardly very wheelchair accessible, if you are just in a wheelchair like myself, you have to wait in line like everyone else. So maybe I didn't want this equality as much as I thought. Waiting in line sucks. It really messed up my vacation. Yeah, for those of you who might not be aware, back in the 90s, you could do you didn't have to wait in line if you were just in a wheelchair. You could do the entire park in like 3 hours. It was great. One day I will make that funny. Not today, but yeah, it really was great. So I got to Disneyland and was like, what do you mean I can wait in line? What do you mean? Yeah. I also got to go to Pennsylvania this summer. Wow. And that was great. I got to see some more American culture. I got to try something we don't have in Canada, the gas station restaurant. I know there's some Canadians in the crowd thinking, we have Tim Hortons at the gas station. No, this is not the same. It is not stale donut and some crappy coffee. It's not that. I went to a place called Sheets, which is a gas station combination deep fryer. Well, it's also a restaurant, but it's mostly a deep fryer. I had 3 types of deep fried cheese, 3 types. There was more. I could only physically fit 3 types of deep fried cheese inside of me. And like, Americans, I gotta hand it to you. Like, people say I am inspiring for like living my life from a wheelchair, and I don't think I am. I think it is you, the Americans, that are inspiring. Because how are any of you alive? like with all of the deep fried cheese, how are any of you alive? All I'm saying is you're playing it very fast and loose with your cholesterol for a country that does not have universal health care. So hats off to you guys for still being alive. I also went to Olive Garden. Everybody rags on the Olive Garden. We don't have this delicacy in Canada. But I've heard lots about it because we consume an awful lot of your media, and it's fine. It's fine. I don't know why everybody rags on it. I would go back. I mean, I did immediately get diarrhea after eating there, but it's fine, America. It's fine. Oh, and also I got to experience the Newark airport this summer.
Yay!
Yeah. If you are single, don't worry, your person is in the Newark airport in customs. I'm 100% sure. I got off the plane and was like, is all of New Jersey in this airport? And yes, they were. I don't know if that's funny, but I think it was. Yeah. So I mentioned earlier I was Canadian, which means my dad is Canadian. This is not a rehearsed joke. I just wanted to throw this in because Mark was talking about goalies smoking on the ice. And you guys don't know this about my dad, but if my dad is deeply, deeply obsessed with hockey, he played like provincial hockey. And then, pretty much every man over the age of 45 has a story for you about why they are not in the NHL. And my dad is no exception. He loves hockey and he also loves smoking. My dad is basically like if a person was a cigarette. So when Mark said that thing about goalies smoking between periods in like the 60s and 70s and hockey not getting hard till Wayne Gretzky figured out how to curve your stick in the 80s, I fact checked that with my dad. I fact checked that with Al Walsh, and he said, "Oh shit, I lost my place." Punch. This is not. That guy doesn't know his history of hockey very well. It was Bobby Hall in the 60s started curving the stick. And apparently the goalies smoked in the dressing room because they were classy. As an aside, my dad's favorite memory of my birth is that you could still smoke in the hospital.
Of course.
They didn't even care if you didn't near the oxygen. He fondly remembers that every September 19th, which is my birthday, not just a day. He recalls the birth of his children. Yeah, this is going a lot better than I thought. Wow.
Hey.
I will work on that. So I still am in a wheelchair from the last time you saw me. And one of the things about using a wheelchair, being disabled, is everyone wants to know, like, how did you get into wheelchair? And honestly, friends, I sat down. That's how I got it. I sat down in the wheelchair. But then everybody always wants to know, like, what happened? What happened? And like, everyone always wants to know, like, if it was an accident, like a car accident or a skiing accident or like a motorcycle accident. And it wasn't. It's a little bit more unique. I was born. I showed up like this. Well, like not in a wheelchair. We had to buy the wheelchair much later. I just showed up and then they were like, here's your broken baby. And like, cause I'm Canadian, they were like, you can't complain because you get what you pay for. That might be too inside baseball. And then like a check your privilege moment. And I would say like that is probably the worst part of being born with a disability is you don't have a cool story of how you got there. So you're not very entertaining at parties. Also, wonkies, if you want to make a new friend at a party, don't ask them what happened. Talk about their shoes. Chances are they're pretty nice because we don't walk a lot. Probably the best part of being disabled, and especially using a wheelchair, is you can decline hiking invitations.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you can go hiking and use a wheelchair. You can actually do anything you want and use a wheelchair as long as you have enough disposable income. Yep. But But the walkies don't know that. You see, the walkies think our lives are very small and sad. So you can decline. You can just lie to them. Like, no, I don't want to go camping, Brenda. My legs are dead. Rude. I mean, you can, but Brenda doesn't know that. Brenda doesn't know that, like, adapted camping's a thing. So I have started a side business to gain extra income. I'll think of something funny to put there, but I've started a side business. I will rent my wheelchair to you. I will lie on the floor for an hour while you get out of your outside activity with your friends, be it hiking or camping with Brenda, or that weird corporate ropes course they make everybody do that works in a bank. Like that weird, like, bonding retreat that no one wants to go on with the high ropes. That you will certainly be invited to if you work in banking, insurance, or really anything with finance. You can rent my wheelchair and just be like, sorry, I can't come. I use a wheelchair now. And for $10 Canadian, which is a deal for the Americans so far, I will throw in a cool story about how you got in that wheelchair other than you just sat down. I will for you because I am kind. I hope you guys still have like a currency system in the next couple weeks. Yeah. I don't know how many of you were aware, but the Paralympics happened last summer. And the coverage was actually really good this time around, even in America. You guys aren't known for having great coverage, but this year you did. And it was actually like accessible over like a multitude of platforms and like really, really well covered, which was exciting for me because now the walkies finally got to see actual inspiring disabled people. And this was exciting for me because representation matters, but also now hopefully you walkies will stop giving me gold medals when I get my own coffee at Tim Hortons or get on the bus. I appreciate all of the gold medals for mundane acts of daily living, but I don't have space for them in my apartment. I don't. I live in a very tiny one-bedroom apartment in Toronto. I'm already addicted to candles, as some of you know. So it's a real hoarding situation up in here. I now have, like, I'm probably going to have some refugee Americans in here soon. Like, I just don't have the space for all of the accolades and the trophies. I just don't. I am addicted to candles. I come by that honestly. My mom's addicted to candles, and I tried to stay away from it for as long as I could. But then I turned 40, and I am single and childless. So candles are like the best part of my life. Like, because you can't have buckets of fire on your coffee table when you got those juvenile meat Roombas running around. You just can't. Juvenile meat Roombas are what I call children. I'm not familiar with the terminology. As I said, I don't have any kids, but I assume it's juvenile meat Roomba. Or I guess reverse juvenile meat Roomba because kids make messes. Anyways, I didn't think I had a problem with the candles. I really didn't. And then I had a friend over and she said, I like candles too, but do we really need crates of them? And I said, yes. Yes, we do. And then I kicked her out of my house because I don't need that negativity. I really don't. But I think she might be onto something because I was reviewing my finances and I spend $400 a month in candles.
Oh.
And like just to clarify, that's not because I'm wealthy. Like, I am not Elton John. I cannot afford many candles in the wind. Actually, even if Elton John was spending $400 in candles, I would still be like, holy crap, that's a lot of candles, Elton John. Even though you're an eccentric man, I would. Yeah, no, I am not rich. I'm not Elton John. I am financially irresponsible. I have a problem. Yes, I have a problem. So if anybody knows of like a 3 Wicks Anonymous, please let me know about the 3 Wicks Anonymous, because I really I do need help. This isn't so much of a joke as I need assistance on. Yeah. So you can probably tell by those first couple jokes. Crap, I lost my notes, and and now I locked myself out of my phone. So now we are winging it on time. Great.
Hold on.
Yeah, so you can probably tell by those first couple jokes and the fact that I locked myself out of my phone. I have been in the New York Times for comedy. Well, not the New York Times per se, Canada's version of the New York Times. I have been in the Toronto Sun. I've been in the Toronto Sun, which is the fanciest newspaper in Canada. Oh, fudge. God bless comedians who can do this drunk and high. I am slightly tired and I am struggling. Not that you would know, but I meant the Toronto Star. The Toronto Star is the fanciest newspaper in all of Canada. The Toronto Sun is like if Donald Trump was a newspaper, or like if Fox News was a newspaper. Fox News was burnable. It would be the Toronto Sun. Yeah. Consequently, my dad, the human cigarette, really enjoys the Toronto Sun. And I ignore it because I love him. Anyways, it was in our version of the New York Times, the Toronto Star, not to be confused with the Toronto Sun or the actual New York Times. And I sat down with the reporter. It was all very professional. And she said, we were chatting a bit, and she said, how should I address you? And I said, oh, Desiree is fine. And she said, no. And I said, that's my real name. Like, Desiree is my real name. So like, yeah, you can put that in a newspaper article. I don't mind. And she was like, no, I didn't mean that. I meant, how do you identify? And I said, oh, I meant like a cisgendered woman. My pronouns are she, her. And she was like, no. And I said, like, yes, like I am. I identify as a woman. And she took a very long sigh and said, let me rephrase this. What's Wheelchair's name?
What?
Oh, God.
And I said, oh, Wheelchair doesn't have a name. It's an inanimate object. Yeah. Well, again, I think it needs something, but that really happened.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's good to know that the media is keeping people humble. It's good to know that the media is keeping people humble. In addition to being in the Toronto Star, we really like our like celestial things, like the star and the sun. I was also on a reality TV show. It's called Breaking Character. I was on it. It's on the Accessibility Network in Canada, and it was actually pretty cool. Like, they followed me to a comedy festival in Los Angeles, and they set up a couple meetings for me with other disabled comics, and that was really fun. And I met one of the comics in a vacant lot, as you do, near Hollywood Boulevard, because we're fancy. And they were filming and we were chatting, and a family walked by and screamed, "Oh my God, are those people famous?" And I don't, like, I appreciate it. I appreciate the attention, but if you don't know who I am probably not famous. Like, I think the very definition of famous is like recognizable, not like somebody you have to ask 3 people in the vicinity if those people are famous and you should care about them. Yeah, I think that's really funny. Perhaps it is not. I really like it though, and that's all that matters. Sometimes the jokes are just for me. I know comedy is supposed to be for everyone else, but mostly it said the jokes are for me. But I do hope that you laughed, and I am so sorry, America, because you are a great country. Like, as I said, I got to go to LA, and while I was there, I got to do the women's open mic at the Improv, and it was a bucket mic. I don't know if you're familiar, but that's where they put all your names in a bucket and they draw it, and they drew my name, and I screamed like I was on a game show. And one of the staff members came up to me and said, "Are you Desiree Walsh, or are you just really excited that she is next?" And I said no, that I was Desiree Walsh. And she said, "Don't worry, we have a ramp." And in 3 minutes, because that's how long sets were, they had a safe portable ramp to the stage, which is amazing. Because if a comedy club ever tells you they have a ramp, what they really mean is they have a ski jump that was deemed unsafe for the Olympic athletes to compete on in the last Winter Olympics. But they have brought it to this comedy club for you. So this was a welcome treat. And I thank those people, because now I can headline anywhere I want in Dayton, Ohio. Oh shit, I screwed this up. Again, God bless comedians who are drunk and high. But for the Canadians in the audience, think Oshawa, Ontario. I can now headline anywhere I want in Oshawa, Ontario, which is like the Dayton, Ohio of Canada. Lot of meth. I don't know if this will be funny. It might only be funny to Lorna. Mark was talking about Wayne Gretzky. I recently did a show in Brantford, where Wayne Gretzky is from. It is the hometown of Wayne Gretzky, and he needs to come back. Because Brantford's gone downhill. There's a lot of meth. You can particularly tell there's a lot of meth at the Tim Hortons, which should also be called We Serve Coffee and Would You Like Some Meth? They have so many random menu options now. I'm surprised a small cup of meth is not one of them. Again, probably only funny to Lorna. Anyways, I knew there was a lot of meth when we went to the Tim Hortons, and the Tim Hortons bathroom had a door guy. And they weren't letting people into the bathroom. They had barricaded it off, but he said he would let me in because I looked nice, and he could tell I'd never done meth because I have all of my original teeth. So Wayne Gretzky, if you are listening on the Twitch, please come back to Canada and help out your hometown. They need it. They need it. Maybe start donating some stuff for like drug rehab or education. Thank you very much. I've been Desiree Walsh. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we learned so much about hockey. Your dad fact-checked me in the middle of the show. That's always the best sign. Right there is when we're debating hockey facts and hockey fiction. That's always. It's been a very sports-centric week. This is a strange one. I don't know how we'll continue the theme tonight, but we did learn that I was wrong. And that your dad me and he's right. And I'm not going to argue with a chain smoking Canadian about hockey. I know better than that. I know better than that. But don't wish Wayne Gretzky upon any city. I'm just going to point that out right now. He was out there at election night with Trump. He is full
I didn't know that.
For Trump. So unless you hate that town, don't invite Wayne Gretzky there unless you hate it. So keep him away from anything that you hold dear.
Citizen. Why would he do? Like, he can't vote in the U.S.
I don't know. I mean, the NHL basically kidnapped him in the 80s into Los Angeles. So it's our fault. It's our fault. If he went full blown, they basically were like, move to LA, and he's like, I want to play for Edmonton or wherever.
Yeah.
And then they forced him. They just said, you got to go. You will be the next Michael Jordan. And then he wasn't. Because he wasn't charismatic. That's it. I'll just be honest. Nice guy, no charisma. They put him in that cartoon. Pratik probably knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, they put him in that
cartoon.
If anyone knows what I'm talking about at all, it was a bunch of professional athletes in cartoon form went out and like solved crime like Scooby-Doo and used their skills at hockey and basketball to defeat criminals. It was very, very heartwarming and made very little sense and probably cost so much money to pay those athletes to do it. I don't sold so many Nikes though. Let's be honest. Yeah. That's why I bought a pair of Nikes. Canada didn't know what Nike was until that show came out. That's what happened. They finally got the swoosh mark. Okay. You met Wayne Gretzky, Lorna? I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Is that like a thing that just happens in Canada? Where were you on election night, Lorna? Where were you celebrating that victory? Oh, that was Wayne Gretzky in the MAGA hat. Yeah, okay, all right. I am going to bring up our next comedian. I'm super happy to have him. I just saw him last night. He's a great friend of the room. He's a great friend of mine. And everybody, put your hands together. Oh, check out his special, though. He's got a special on YouTube, too. We'll post the link, tell you where to find it. I checked it out. He recorded it at Fat Pete's Barbecue in D.C. Some of you were there. It's amazing. I listened to it and watched it on the way to work. Fantastic set. Fantastic special. Please welcome Pratik Srivathava.
Yeah, everybody, happy. What is this hockey night in Canada? Is that tonight?
We're talking every sport,
right? Is it sports theme? Like because I'm hearing mostly hockey. I know Mark, you mentioned sports theme. It sounds like it's primarily hockey. So I'm gonna have to do all hockey material, baby.
I'll try I'll help you with the hockey. I'll try.
I actually had a friend back in the day. I just got a text from you, Mark. Are you texting me right now? Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I'm like, I better text this person back, and then it's the person who I just
on stage right now. Yeah, this is
on stage right now.
Just to give you guys a little.
Yeah, just tell them what I sent you. How important it was.
Yeah, the behind the scenes of the show is we text each other quite a bit. I'll put the if you have just like with other headliners on this show. If you have questions, put them in the chat or put them in the Twitch chat, and Mark will send, because I don't have the Twitch in front of me. I just have whatever's in the Zoom chat. But if you're on Twitch, you have questions, Mark will get them to me and we'll talk. We'll have some fun.
Abigail had a question. Right off the bat.
What is this question?
What is the best country to move to?
What is the best country to move to? See, so that's not what to live, not country to live. country to move. Like, so that means we got to think about where are you coming from that you're pissed off that you got to leave. Are you on the run? Are you pissed off about election results? Are you like involved in a shotgun wedding where you don't, or there's a coercion in trying to get married and you want to leave? So yeah, maybe the question also should be what country is good to move out of. You know, that's first. What's a good country to leave and then go to this other country? Someone said I'm hearing Slovenia. Yeah, you know, I don't want to be anti. It feels odd to say in the last few years, like Eastern Europe has become like this weird, not like racism, but just like there's this weird punching bag of I don't want to live there, and we're just openly like, yep, Eastern Europe. He's openly are mocking them. There's good stuff in Eastern Europe. I like drinking vodka. I like wearing tracksuits. I like speaking in thick accents that sound violent in any dramedy that's usually nominated for an Oscar. Yeah, I like doing that. That's fine. You know, set your comedy drama in Eastern Europe, and you will get yourself an Oscar or a Cannes Award Film Festival. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. $5 cats back from Walgreens.
We got another question. We got another question if you want to.
Sure, we'll do questions.
Nikki wanted to know what and this is on the sports theme, so that's great. Wanted to know what your thoughts were on the Tyson fight.
Oh, the Tyson fight. So I actually had a show that night, but then here's the thing. A lot of people, please let me know, make some noise in the Zoom chat or on Twitch. Did you have any lagging or streaming problems?
Yeah.
I did not, because I think I started the fight I think I didn't watch much of the undercard because I was at a show, but I got home in time and I was like, oh, maybe I'll start on delay or something because I had stayed off social media. I was worried that, like a lot of WWE events, I get the results spoiled. So I made a point to stay off social media as to not hear the results. And I had done that. So I'm like, all right, let me start this fight. And so I think I started around 11:15 Central Time, and I had no lag, so I might have been on a delay. Maybe I might have been on one of those 7-second delays that KO Comedy does anytime I'm on the show. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm in one of those delays. You know, I'm a controversial fellow, and clearly I'm a controversial fellow when I'm doing jazz hands. These are controversial jazz hands. Booga booga. Yeah, no delays for me, but again, I might have not been watching exactly live. Again, do we really need to watch these things exactly? You can watch it 10 minutes off. I mean, the main thing is don't get it spoiled. You know what I mean? It's funny. I know a movie is not doing well when no one's talking about the ending. You know what I'm saying? Nobody spoiled Joker 2 for me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's like, oh man, gotta watch out for those Joker 2 spoilers. Ooga booga. But the Penguin, whoa, gotta stay up. I literally unsubscribe to anything now because YouTube does it too. I don't mean to get mad for a second because I've never gotten mad anytime ever on this show ever, but YouTube spoils shows. I got part of the Bears third season. No one even told me about it. I'll talk to him about the Bear. And it's on my YouTube. Literally a scene that's so important is so and so meets so and so. I'm like, why is this on my feed? Why is the algorithm trying to fuck with me? So yeah, a Penguin. They tried to spoil Penguin, but I saw an image and I clicked no, remove, do not recommend, and then some email got sent to me why did you not want this recommend? I'm like, it's spoiling the Penguin. I fell asleep during the first episode. All right, everybody's like, are you watching the Penguin? No, I'm falling asleep to the first episode, waking up at 2 a.m. and rewatching The Simpsons. That's all I'm doing. Are you watching the new show? No, I'm rewatching season 2 of The Office for the 40th time. You know what I'm saying? TV shows have turned into book reports. You know what I'm saying? Gotta finish it so I can talk to so-and-so at the bar because I'm trying to be sober. And everybody's like, are you doing sober October? Or no, not November? Are you doing these fun month things? No, I'm doing court-ordered sobriety. All right, that's you're being sober because it's for a TikTok thing. No, I did blood work and I have an elevated liver enzyme. I helped, my liver is eroding. I have erosion in my liver. So yeah, I gotta stop drinking. That's why I will have and what do we have? Shout out to Reed's. We had some IPAs yesterday. No alcohol IPAs. that cost more than an actual can of beer. So yes, thank you. No, and I'm not making fun of the bar. I'm saying, like, I just love the non-alcoholic industry giving us fake beer. It's wild. Like Heineken Zeros are like $12. Like, it's wild. Like, I'm drinking air basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think bars should just sell like little cups with like fake, like it could just be water in it. And and it never like ends, so it never looks like I'm actually drinking anything. But it's like we're just selling the idea of holding something. That's all we're doing. Like if this water over there just kind of looked like alcohol, and I could just like bring it everywhere and just like, oh, I got my thing. What do I do with my hands? Like, I would be so happy. So someone needs to Shark Tank that. I don't know. We have to get. I know. Desiree, you talked about the Uncrustables. We need an unalcoholism thing, unalcohol levels, like Lunchables, but it's just fake alcohol that you can just use to pretend and look like you're cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Type your questions. Fake beer November. It's wild. I'm literally texting. Somebody's like messaging me right now. They want to have me perform for their Christmas party. So here's a fun little thing we can all do. Try to guess how much I'm going to get paid for that Christmas party. Type in your guesses. I'll tell you what it's not. Not important. Oh, no, that is important actually. All right. Hold on.
Oh no.
This actually is really important. Hold on one sec. You're not getting. It's not like this is all a performance. You know what I mean? This is the end of Venom. All right. You know what I'm saying? Hello. Yeah. Hello, Sean. Can you call on the? I believe you have Mom's other line. Can you call that number? From the other phone. Yeah, just call on that line because this phone is in my room and I'm on Zoom right now. I'm doing Zoom comedy right now. So you're actually on the show, huh? Right.
Hi, Sean.
Hey.
Okay, bye. Yeah, you're getting like, you're not just getting like a performance stunt, you're getting everything that like you're getting to see like Samuel L. Jackson before he puts on the eye patch to become Nick Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting the whole BTS. You want BTK, BTS, you're getting everything tonight. Yeah, that's literally, that phone is not supposed to be in this room, but it is because I was taking a call for the Christmas party guy because the Christmas party guy called on that phone. He didn't call on my actual phone. So yeah, so take guesses. I'll tell you what it's not. It is not $1,000. It's any other amount than that. But yeah. And yes, I do get $5 cash back from Walgreens. That is guaranteed in any contract and any performance. Always get $5 back from Walgreens. I don't know what is the Canadian. Well, Walgreens is in Canada, right? What's the drug?
No. Shoppers
Drug Mart. Yeah.
Shoppers Mart.
Shoppers Drug Mart. Yeah.
Strep Throat Mart? What's it called? Strep Throat Mart.
The Shoppers Drug Mart.
Shoppers Drug Mart. Okay, that sounds like Strep Throat Mart. But yeah, Shoppers Drug Mart. That sounds like what an alien thinks the store is called and is trying to pretend it's a cover for not an alien thing. Like, Shoppers Drug Mart. Put human credits in. Blah, blah, blah. Drug Mart. Drug Mark. Drug Mark is what Question Mark calls himself on the weekends. Drug Mark. Drew Beagler Mark, yeah. Oh, they keep calling. The people keep calling them. Okay, yeah, they fixed that. All right, cool, awesome. And otherwise, I'll just give the phone away. You might see my mother come up here, and she might take this phone. That's the only reveal on that. So yeah, I had hockey material too. It wasn't like I was just clamping. Oh, I don't have hockey material. I actually have hockey material. I actually did. I'll tell you this. Speaking of private events, not a Christmas party, but I did a graduation party. Oh, of course. Oh, look who just entered the chat in Zoom right now. Hockey Penis. Give it up for the return of the noodle man himself, Jinda, for writing penis in relation to what I'm talking about. It would not be a Chirping Bird comedy if the word penis was not uttered into this chat. And for those of you on Zoom, we have a regular here, which you too on Twitch and Zoom, you too could join our Zoom room and write weird Islamophobic things and penis-related things. You too could invade our chat with nonsense. But yes, we missed you, Jinda. I believe I saw Jinda last week on the other KO comedy show that I was on. I'm becoming a KO comedy regular. Who would have thought that? I did not foresee that in my 2024 bingo. But you guys are fun. I like it. It's cool. I don't have to go anywhere. I can live in my hutch and stay here and yell at you guys for 30 minutes or until Judah joins. I don't know. We'll see. All praise the hockey penis. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Stanley Cup can support a hockey penis. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those cups. I'll say that right now. Yeah. Like, there are good supportive cups, but the Stanley Cup does not support any sort of muscle or appendage down there. It is not good. I do love how everybody kisses like it's the same. They don't change the cup. Like, it's that same thing every year, and everybody's kissing it. I don't know if they clean it, but like, I don't know what diseases. If you like, I don't even like sharing the microphone with 3 open mic comedians, and these cups are like kissed by 400 people. I think we need to, every year after the Stanley Cup Finals, we need to swab, like give it like 2 months of celebrating and kissing, and then you just let's just swab that cup and see what new diseases we can discover. It's going to be a biology AP teacher's nightmare. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be what? Yeah, hockey jokes. Thank you. That was. No, actually, I had a gentleman. I had a gentleman friend. Give it up for male friends. Yes, I have male identifying friends. Thank you. This was a black gentleman, and this is a couple years ago. We were talking about hockey, and he literally said to me that, I don't watch hockey because I don't feel represented as a black man in hockey. Now, I've read a little bit about hockey. There are black people in hockey. It's not like there's none. There's a few. I don't know what my friend was talking about. There are a few. But if I were to follow my friend's logic when it comes to watching professional American sports, if I didn't watch any sport that I didn't feel represented in, I could never watch any sport ever. Right. It would just be the spelling bee the whole time. Like, you might be saying, what about cricket, Pratik? What about cricket? I'm like, yeah, what about cricket? You telling me I got to watch a sport that takes all the fun parts of baseball and removes those parts, and what do you have left? You have a game that lasts for days. You could watch all the Lord of the Rings and you still would not be done with the game of cricket. It's a very cricket penis. Yes. Jinda. Yes. You can attach. That's the new Mad Libs, everyone. It's just attach penis to different words that I say in my set, and you construct all those sentences together, and you too can win at life. That's what we're learning. And I hope everybody who has time for cricket penis or hockey penis, I hope all of you kiss the same Stanley Cup and get all the wonderful germs that are on there. Yes, get all the germs. You can learn so much about biology. You can become a doctor just from kissing the Stanley Cup, because you will learn so much about bacteria and viruses. It'll be amazing. I think Venom symbiote was on the Stanley Cup too. You can become Venom, which is great. Yeah, you can become Carnage. You can become Venom. You can become Hulk Hogan's racist bandana. Whatever you want. Kiss it all. It's fine. You know what? You know what doesn't have bacteria on it is my trusty brush, everyone. Yes. No bacteria on the brush. It is bacteria-free, very clean, very healthy. I think hockey is fun. We have grew up in Chicago. We have the Blackhawks here. They have a storied lineage of hockey fans, or as I like to call them, alcoholics. That's most Chicago alcoholics. That's what they are. Mark can attest. Mark, you've had a cocktail or two. You've had a sober October cocktail at your local hockey watering hole. It's fun. Yeah, the whole thing. I think this is a great time to mention. I think, Desiree, you might be familiar with this, but you might be saying, Pratik, are you qualified as an athlete to be commenting and mocking sports this much? And I dare say to all my naysayers out there that I am qualified to be commenting on sports as an athletic person, because I was voted to not 2001. I was incorrect. I am 1998's most coachable Spartan basketball camp member. Yeah, not coachable penis, as you want to write in your chat right now. Not coachable member, but coachable penis. 1998, though, not 2001. If you've heard me make reference to this trophy before, I may have incorrectly said 2001 because I just wasn't looking at it correctly. But I'm here to tell all of you on KO Comedy who have never seen this trophy before, this is from 1998, not 2001. 3 years margin of error. That is okay. I will fact check all afterwards. Yes, I was voted most coachable. I think that's a great honor. I think being coachable is important. I think that's the height of athletics, is that you could be coachable, you can be obedient, you should be submissive, you should be a submissive to all the coaches that are dominating and want to whip you like 50 Shades of half court full press. They will whip you and you will be submissive to them. You should not have any free thoughts. As we know, great athletes like Mario Lemieux, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, they always were submissive and they never had an original thought in their head. They went along with what the coach said always. They never disagreed with the coach. And that's what this symbol of excellence represents. Never having an original thought in sports. No, all great. You know, you got to be an asshole. I think if we've learned anything, Jinda is now just writing penis no matter what is. I have broke the Jinda penis matrix. That is how I know I have won, because that's the thing. This is not a show. This is a competition to see who can win. Win at all costs. Win the day, as Mark Anthony says. There was a weird car that just pulled up to my house. So this has been a very interruption set. We've had weird cars show up. People have called on the phone. Very bizarre. It's a whole thing. You know,
it started with me texting you as the problem.
I'm just popular. That's what it is. I don't know what to say. I currently have, just so everybody's clear, you know, sometimes you might have seen that meme. You might have seen that meme where somebody's got like a little cup of Starbucks tea, then they got their water glass, then they got a water bottle, they have 4 different half drink cups, and they're like, oh, basic, whatever, bullshit. I don't agree with half drink cups, but you know what I do? I have half open hand sanitizers. These are 4 different half open hand sanitizers, because I think I'll lose one, and then I try to open another one, and I buy another one, then my father gives me another one. So these are 4 half used. I'm going to literally try to finish them one at a time. I'm sick. I really don't like, I was going through my bag right before I jumped on, and I'm like, I have too many half opened. I need to finish one and start. So that's tomorrow's goal. We start that tomorrow on the flight to Houston. By the way, if anyone here is in Houston on Twitch or Zoom, I'll be in Houston tomorrow. I'm getting the plugs out of the way in the middle of the set, because that's what's happening here. Tomorrow, secret group, 8:30 and 10:30 in Houston. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be in Austin. Thursday, for sure, I'll be with the maestro of KO Comedy, Sammy Obey. We'll be at Cap City on Thursday, 21st. I might be there on the 20th. We don't know. He's not responding to my text right now. He needs to. That's the one guy I'm waiting his text on. But I will be there on the 21st. I have confirmed that. I will be there. I will. You will see me on stage on the 21st at Cap City. But I might be there. I might be at that 20th show as well in Cap City. So if you're in Texas, come through. I will have half used water bottles and half used sanitizer, and maybe I'll bring this trophy through. I'll just sell it as merch, you can come get that. I do have actual merch too, if you'd like, and you don't need to be in Texas for this thing. You can just DM me and I'll send it to you. Just give me postage money, but you can get this still. This is the artwork from the album recording from 3 years ago. We still got a bunch of these posters, but now, what is the modern invention? QR code. You can now get the actual special Nick and Sheila's Kid, and you can get my YouTube special if you want to purchase it, as opposed to just watching it for free on YouTube. You get both on this QR code right here. So now you get artwork and QR code, and I'll sign it. And all you got to do is DM me, and maybe, I'm not saying it's free, but be reasonable. Mail costs money. Throw me like $1 or $2. Be reasonable this time of year. But yeah, I'm not charging an arm and a leg. You're not going to get a bathroom penis or a hockey Win Ben Stein's penis. Wow, that's a deep cut. Whoever wrote, Mark Anthony wrote that. Win Ben Stein's penis. But that penis makes you weirdly neoconservative. So that's a
careful with that.
But Ben Stein also wrote speeches. That's our thing. People were shocked that, whoa, Ben Stein's Republican. That man got his career started writing speeches for Nixon. So should anybody be shocked by that? No, he's no Justin Trudeau. In that Ben Stein, if Ben Stein wore brownface, I would be way more a fan of Ben Stein. I mean, Justin Trudeau wearing brownface is the coolest thing about Justin Trudeau, if I'm being honest. He had brown. He instead of penis face, Justin Trudeau had poop face because he was. And if you saw the picture of Trudeau in brown face, it looked like poop. It didn't look like an Indian person. We're not that dark. Everybody thinks we're that dark, but no, that was not a. He looked like a California raisin. Like that was. That was not. I'm doing Justin Trudeau brown face jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like we are. Justin Trudeau was darker in that brown face picture than the actual puck used in hockey games. They brought it back to hockey. All right. Yeah. That's what you get when you have the most coachable 1998. Yeah, I'm closing. I'm not stalling for Judah. I'm closing. You're getting the big BTS reveal. You do get $5 off at your local ShopRite, Drug Mart, whatever. That was Jimmy Kimmel TV launching. Jimmy Kimmel, yes, he started as the Vanna White to Ben Stein, and then he was on The Man Show. I actually met the Man Show boy. I met him a couple of years ago. He is now a Man Show geriatric. He is an old fuck. I love meeting child stars when they're adults. Like speaking of hockey, wow, how have I not mentioned this thing? I'm kind of friends with Dolberg from the Mighty Ducks. Like we've become cool. Yeah, because he like all actors in Hollywood, eventually he decides, hey, I need to try stand-up comedy. So when I'm in LA, I will hang out with him sometimes. Yeah, he's kind of cool. He can still skate. He was not doing well for a while. If you've gone on TMZ, yeah, he wasn't doing well, but he's doing great. He's actually, for real, he's doing Sober October, but for 4 years, like for real. How about that? Like 365 days of Sober October. 4 years, so 365 times 4. He's doing well. He's half Indian. I think that's pretty cool. That's more important than hockey. Is my man is a member of my tribe. We're good people. Yeah, maybe I'll call him before the end of the set. You know, I'll try. I haven't talked to him in 2 months. I do have to call him, but do I do it while on the Zoom? That's the real.
Yeah.
How do I reconnect with people? Oh, yeah, I'll just call you while I'm doing this other thing. Yeah. Yeah, get those estimations in. It's not $1,000, and it should be $2,000, but it ain't 2,000. Yeah. It ain't 1,000. So that's your hint. Somebody said 60. Mark Anthony wrote 60. Now, Mark Anthony, I gotta ask you real quick, Mark Anthony. And I'm doing the SpongeBob meme where he looks up and he's like, remember that SpongeBob meme where he's like, I gotta do that to you, Mark Anthony, because I gotta say. Are you just throwing out that number to be cute, or do you genuinely think I would do a Christmas party for an hour for a bunch of old people for $60? Like, are you just being cute right now? You know me, Mark Anthony.
I know. I thought I was trying to be funny.
Okay, yeah. Like, you know my worth a little bit. William Claude Reynolds, who's not staying on the screen, but he knows the worth. He was at the taping. Yeah, it's definitely 250. The Lorna and Andre, yes, that's it's higher than that, but thank you. That's respectable. That's a respectable answer. I have done some things for 250, but an hour at a Christmas party for rich old people, no. But that's respectable. It's not little higher. It's quite a bit higher, but it's not that. But I will give you the respect of that being within the range. This side of my hair will not stop. It's not this side. This one has really not been cooperating at all. I can't wait to watch this replay at 2 a.m. to the KO and the Comedy Hub people. You might be wondering where that random view is coming in at 2 a.m. That's me rewatching this to see did my hair look as shit that I thought it was. And yeah, this side isn't cooperating at all. I'm dying slowly. Comedy is dying. This whole industry is dying. I mean, it's everybody's like, aren't you offended by the crowd work clips and the Instagram reels? No, I'm just dying because we can't clean microphones off properly.
Oh.
Yeah. Mark Anthony did clean them off, or maybe actually I don't think he did. I
had the secondary mic for you.
You did have the secondary mic. I don't know if I used it. I might just use the same mic as the guy who wanted we had a person yesterday at the mic who had some opinions about removing people from certain land settlements, and he did it under the guise of comedy, but it was not comedy at all.
No.
It was just a man yelling that, hey, we should remove people, and I'm drunk.
Oh, no.
So yeah, fun times. Otherwise, no, for real, I'm not trying to mock Funk Simulation. It's actually one of my favorite mics ever. And you should support that mic. But no, occasionally you will go to that mic and have people talk about genocide there a little weirdly, and that needs to be removed. But we will remove it together. Mark Anthony and I will we'll do a little cross check hockey thing. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll do a little dudge. We're not fighting anybody. We're just dudging. Love tap. Love hurts. All right, just dudge. A little bit of that. That's not illegal. I can't get sued for that, right? Right,
No,
Eric
you're good.
Sizemore. He's
You gotta ask Brandon. Brandon's legal counsel.
Brandon's legal. One of the two guys who's got white guy with glasses. I got you guys confused. It's okay. It's fine. I'm Samuel Bate. It's okay. It's a little douche. Like you can't get sued. You can't get sued for writing penis in the KO County chat, and he can't get sued for doing a little douche to someone who's promoting genocide at the Fun Simulation, because Fun Simulation is genocide free. Like one of those like factory warehouse signs where like we're accident free for 2 years. Fun Simulation is genocide free for over 10 years. Give it up for you. Chirping Bird Comedy is also genocide free. KO Comedy genocide free. I'm glad to say genocide free. I'm pretty sure Twitch stream is genocide free. Rock on with that. No, rock on for no genocide. That should be the next benefit.
Yeah.
I will donate I will not ask for what I'm asking for Christmas parties at the Rock On for No Genocide show. We can be free. We can do that. I don't know if I'm doing my charity show this year. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see. I lose money on that show, so that at some point the charity's got to be for me. I'm losing money. Now charity's great, but 6 years of losing money, you gotta figure it out. You gotta restructure a little bit. All right, I'm now gonna read you. Thanksgiving's coming up, which I know not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving, but I will read you. Here, Edward is saying, "Here's where I'm going right now." And okay, now we're all gonna listen. Everybody, Edward is we gotta listen to him now. What does he say?
What the fuck?
That is not me.
It's third Monday of the month. I go to Vinny's in Concord, California. They have like 10 comedians. You go in there for free. Oh, am I? Let me see. Oh yeah. It's kind of nice. People. It allows the comedians to keep oiled up, and
we are like cars. That is true. We are like cars that we need to be oiled up and lubed up and penised up. I will say though that I do think there is something to that you're at a live comedy show, but you are listening to Zoom comedy. And I'm going to take it as a compliment, Edward, that the comedians at this 10-person room cannot hold a candle to headliner comedian Pradeep.
Oh, you're better than them
right now. So that's why you need, in order to get your comedy fix, you are not able to get it in the room. So you have me on headphones, and you are privately enjoying me in a room where there are 10 other performers. So the fact that you could choose from out of 11 people, you are choosing me. I will take that as a compliment. You are feeding my ego right now. Thank you, Ed. Give it up for Edward for feeding my ego. He is filleting my ego. Thanks. I'm so full of ego right now. I feel like a float on the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. How about that? I can just float like ooga booga, like ooh. Just imagine my balloon float will just be me like this soaring. You know what I'm saying? Like whoa. And then there'll be like a little like floaty behind it, and it will just be like the screen, and all it will say is Jinda typing penis. That's all it will be. The little follow-up photo. Penis. That's all it's
Mr. Penis Envy.
Penis envy. Oh, you know who does not have penis envy? Me. I am happy with my my Stanley Cup is doing just fine, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, how many people have kissed it?
More than the actual Stanley Cup. How about that? Yeah.
Wow.
Lot of legacy, lot of pennants, lot of championships, and it's lasted long. You got three Mighty Duck sequels. You got 4 sequels of it's a quadruple. The 4th one is in 40. That's what's amazing. Somebody just wrote Ooga Booga. What a question mark? Ooga Booga was a phrase. Was a nonsense phrase. Okay, so question mark is writing in our chat. That's the first thing all our Twitch.
Dropping the facts.
Yeah, dropping the facts that Ooga Booga is a nonsense phrase using the Temptations hit Ball of Confusion. Yes, that is. I appreciate you saying that. I will say this: I am not when I'm saying Ooga Booga. I am not thinking about the Temptations. I'm proud to say that right now. I am saying that to be what's the right word? Spontaneous and to create some confusion. Maybe not a ball of confusion, but I do like to be spontaneous and confusion because that's how I do my comedy. And again, this has been Inside the Actor's Studio where Pratik reveals how the comedy works. Because as we all know, the jokes work better when you explain the madness. Always better when I explain why I do what I do. Which that's what this performance has definitely been that. You're getting background noises. You're getting calls. By the way, give it up. The car did leave. The mysterious Ooga Booga car that was standing in the front driveway has left. Nobody has called on this phone. You've seen me brush the beard, which I do brush, but I'm actually brushing. I brush in a scripted way in performance. I'm proud to say today I actually brushed for real. Like I just brushed for the sake of brushing. So you're getting everything right now. Mark, did we start? What time did the show? Did it start right on the 15 or what?
Yeah, it started late. We had some technical difficulties.
So have the people gotten about 90 minutes of show?
Oh yeah, they got 90.
You got 90 minutes of show? Okay, yeah, that's been.
I gotta see you
later. What I'm trying to say is, did you guys get 90 minutes of show? We're trying to give you at least 3 episodes of the Penguin worth of show. 3 half hours for you. Yeah, so we'll land the plane. I had actual jokes I was gonna do. We'll do the one that didn't work yesterday, and we'll see if it works today. And I might have done it before. I've been traveling a lot. Again, like I said, Houston tomorrow, Austin Wednesday, Thursday, Chicago Friday, Saturday for the rest of my life. I'm not actually, never leaving. I'm actually on house arrest after Friday. I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. And Friday, November 22nd, we commemorate a few anniversaries. Some of you may know that's the anniversary of when JFK got assassinated, and the bullet from JFK's assassination was used to create the brainworm that's in RFK's Jr.'s brain now. That's also the anniversary of my mother's birth. So we don't think about JFK that day. We think about good old Mama Sarastava. So yeah, so now you know a little trivia. My mother's birthday is next Friday, the 22nd. So yeah, none of you. It's not like you can call her. I'm not giving you that phone number. I've given you a landline before, if you pay attention. It's on my album. So if you want to get the landline that still works in my parents' house, you got to go get the album to hear that actual. And actually, I don't know. I might have switched the number on there. Or no, I use a real number. So yeah, you want to get a phone number to call that maybe my parents answer. Don't think it's telemarketers. You got to download the album to get an actual phone number. How about that? Like those old sweepstakes contests and magazines. Oh, you got to wait for the magic number to get those free concert tickets. Nope, you got to download an album. It's on Spotify, and I get zero money from that. I literally get zero, which is great because if I want to support a problematic artist, do you want to give R. Kelly your money, Pratik? No, I listen to him on Spotify. He gets no money from it. He gets zero. Capitalism at its finest. Yay. It's sad. So, yeah, I've been traveling. I have the show tomorrow. I will go through TSA pre-check. Thank you, everybody. Give it up for me. I have pre-check. Thank you. I believe Andre. Do you have pre-check, Andre? You looked intrigued by TSA pre-check. Do you have TSA pre-check, Andre?
He's not allowed to leave the country.
No.
Jesus, whoa, that got intense. Are you not allowed to leave for real? I don't want to mock your situation. Are you actually? Are you? What can you say? Blink 2 times if you're allowed to go. Can you leave the house? How about let's start there. Okay, he can leave the house. All right, yeah. You're in Canada, but you're in Canada. Because Lorna's in Canada. So yeah, don't leave. You're in Canada. You guys get amazing health care. You get all the ginger in the world. You get brown-faced presidents who look like California raisins. You get all the Tim Hortons. You also, you can fly in your country and go to Calgary and see Bret the Hitman Hart. Can't do that in America. I'm not allowed to do that. Yeah. So you have an amazing country. I still remember I visited Toronto in 1998, same year I won this award. Good year for awards and visiting Toronto. And you know what McDonald's had at Toronto in 1998? The McDonald's in Toronto had pizza, like personal pizza.
Yeah.
It was damn good. So no, I would not leave the country either if McDonald's served pizza, like good McDonald's pizza. And you got the ketchup chips too. If I'm not, you guys still got the ketchup chips, right?
Yeah,
I got them ketchup chips. Yeah, we don't got those here. You know what we got to do? We got to take chips and put them in actual watery ketchup, and it's not as good. It's terrible. I don't even like ketchup because I had an incident in 3rd grade. A kid was eating French fries and ketchup and got a bloody nose. So the image of ketchup and bloody nose doesn't do it for me. Not a big fan of ketchup anymore. Not a big Heinz fan, but I will say I do like the Whole Foods catsup, whatever the fancy Whole Foods sweet catsup is. That looks like, looks like Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret Blood. Just good old sangre, El Sangre, por favor. Good old ketchup blood, which, yeah, that might be the worst thing I've said tonight, ketchup blood. But I called it Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. I'm giving you literary deep cuts, all right? All right. It's officially been more than 90 minutes. I will give you the joke. What are we at? Oh, any Twitch guesses, Mark? Where are we at on Twitch?
Any Twitch questions? Let me see.
Any
It's been silent
gestures on Twitch or guesses or anything?
I know it's been silent. Twitch has been silent.
Oh, good. I silenced Twitch. Hooray. That's what came here. I silenced Twitch. I think, you know what it was? I think Twitch is like, I don't know. I can't just write. Tasty Snacks' mind is blown because they're like, I don't know what to comprehend. Are we watching something? Eric Sizemore, I said $200 and a drink ticket. So earlier I did say 250 is in the ballpark. $200 and drink tickets also in the ballpark, but unfortunately it is a little higher than that. I'm not going to reveal the actual amount because a comedian never kisses and tells the Stanley Cup. I will not kiss and tell the actual amount, but it is higher than 250. It's under 100. It's close to 1,000, but not actually 1,000. I'm being nice because these people, it's for their holiday event. So instead of asking for 1,000 like a real Scrooge McFuck, I am charging. So you guys got the answer. It's a little less than 1,000, but not exactly 1,000. How about that? I'm being charitable. Yay. I gotta pay for these cough drops somehow. You know what I'm saying, guys? There's only, by the way, this isn't the half-eaten. This isn't even half all. It's literally, this is the last cough drop ever. Last cough drop, like Last of Us, last cough drop ever. And I'm gonna put it. This isn't cough drop. This is just Molly. I just put it in the halls bag. All right. So I am traveling tomorrow. I'll be on TSA pre-check line. And actually, the last time I flew pre-check, I was in line. The line was a little long, but you know who was in front of me in that line? 2 Tibetan Buddhist monks in full drapery, full shawl, full sheets. But they had like 3 bags apiece. Like, you can't have them. That's too many bags for TSA pre-check. So I got to see in 2024 somebody tell Buddhist monks, hey, you guys got to pack light. You packed too much. They had too much stuff. Who would have thought? I thought material possessions, that Buddhist monks with too many material possessions, that's like comedian Pratik Srivastava with too many punchlines. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot there. I don't want too many punchlines. I want to give you riffs. I want somebody to call. I want to tell you a little bit about my life. I want my parents to break down the door. And I want to give you $5 cash back from your local drugstore, wherever you are. You guys have been fantastic. We had Desiree earlier, Mark Anthony, Michael Majid of comedy in English fame. He's a good man. I don't know if he's still on. He might have logged off. But yes, support all these comedians. Support the special. I don't know if Mark, you put the special. I'll put the link here and put that on Twitch for the silent Twitch majority that we're like, we're Twitch, we're quiet. But yeah, I'll put the special here on YouTube. If you want it, it's YouTube. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to give to the capital. You don't have to suck the capitalism penis to purchase it. Just watch on YouTube. If you'd like to support, follow me on Instagram. If you like the comedians like Desiree or Michael Magid or Mark Anthony, support them on social media. Whoever does this show, we have different comedians every week. Support them on social media because comedians now need we need followers. That's how clubs book us. So support the comedians that you like. Support the comedians you don't like. Kiss whatever Stanley Cup penis you want. Support whatever genitalia you want. Support the most coachable, and we'll all have a good night. Thank you guys so much. Take care.
Yeah. I'm trying to find myself. Oh, it's going to take me a while. It's a very philosophical thing.
I've been finding myself the whole set. So yeah.
He's been searching everywhere. Yeah, if his hands aren't on his brush or on his hand sanitizer, you don't know where they are. You just don't know.
And they're on my Stanley Cup. You know,
they're on his Stanley Cup. Yeah. Okay. This is the one hockey thing. There is a hockey player in Chicago that's been doing comedy. Pratik, you might have ran into Scott Darling, right? No, Pratik's gone. Pratik is in the green room already.
I'm here.
There's a comedian in Chicago, Scott Darling. He used to play for the Chicago.
Yeah, the goalie for the former goalie of the Chicago Blackhawks.
He won the Stanley Cup, and one time I was on a show with him, and I don't know, he was riffing on something, and then I went up and I decided to make a very passive aggressive joke, and I made the joke that I said I was not surprised that he went from having his name on the Stanley Cup to having his name on the performers list tonight, because there's probably just as many sex offenders on both of these lists.
Oh boy!
And I want to point out Scott Darling's like 6'5", 240.
Yeah, I don't think he was a fan of that. But you're here, you're alive. So.
I thought I was gonna die. I literally thought I was like, well, you know, this might make Barstool Sports if I get killed.
That might be Barstool seriousness, because I'm trying to get a show together with Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks and Scott Darling. It's gonna be called Two Goalies, One Cup for real. I need to throw myself on to say that I love Scott Darling. He's a good guy, not a sex offender. There are no sex offenders on the Blackhawks, and I want to work with them. And I
not anymore.
All right, I'm off.
there were.
Oh.
Yeah. So all right. Bye, Pratik. All right. Thanks to everyone for coming out. We'll check out Pratik's special. I'll be hiding in my bed, peeking through the windows for Scott Darling to show up at my house.
Oh my god!
It'll be well. I'm safe. I'm good. I'm totally. I want to thank Mike Magid and Desiree Walsh as well.
Michael Magid.
Check out Magid on Friday nights on the same channel as you are here, and everybody else. Tune in next week. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.